Hello everyone, welcome to OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless, it is love-based, and I know you've all been waiting for it. It is 18 plus. So I am taking advantage of the fact that Cinco de Mayo is coming up. It's been a really long time since we did the liquid courage theme. So we're going to see what your person would say and do while drunk. Now, this is going to be led with the dominant crush energy, fresh energy, but it can always apply to all of the connections, all of the labels, current, past, like I said, incoming, as well as those twin flame, soulmate, karmic labels you all like so much. So I am not going to delay it any further. Today we will be selecting margaritas in honor of the holiday, and this is a timeless reading still. We're just using the theme to take advantage of a topic we haven't done in a while. But yeah, pile 1 is the standard lime margarita. Pile 2 is the strawberry margarita, and pile 3 is the mango margarita. I will give you a moment to make your selection, and if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, my standard regular margarita. This is your reading. So let's see how your person's behaving or what they're saying and all the things when they're drinking. And this, again, can be your crush or any of the labels. I'm going to start with this melanin pop. Your person may tell stories. I'm getting that immediately, but when they're drinking, they may tell a lot of stories. But I'm gonna leave with this melanin pop. Then I'm gonna hop right into our L Emotions Oracle. That was a gift to the channel from our friend the Tarot Tavern. Yes, so I do have the link posted on the channel. So if you're interested in the deck, definitely check it out. I like it. So let's get into it. And by the way, after we get more details with the tarot, we will clarify with a ton of decks. I have some astrology based oracle decks, a couple of love decks, as well as that erotic sex answers oracle will clarify with at the bottom. So I already see at the bottom of this deck red flags. So your person, when they're drinking, may start talking about all of the things that they hate, all of the red flags in relationships. They may talk about their exes a lot, like just something about red flags, like everything. Or some of you, your person just has this weird thing where they start talking about like weird, dangerous things, like when they're drinking. So let's get our real energy. I say real energy. They may talk about what's real, what's fake, like conspiracies. That's funny. So let's see. Tell me more about pile 1's crush when they are drinking. What do they say and do? And how do they respond to pile 1 when they're drinking? There we go. I'll take the bottom. Teacher. Yeah, exactly. Storytelling, right? So you have education, knowledge, competence, care, and professor. So yeah, I mean, this person talks a lot. They share knowledge, or they may like listen intensely, but just a lot of conversations when they're drinking. I think especially if your person is very quiet and they don't talk much, the alcohol or just being under the influence in general really just brings it out of them. They have a lot to say, possibly even like a little bit loud, like they may be a bit of a loud drunk. So it's just interesting that that card came out while I was already picking up on the fact that they tell stories. So at the bottom, we've got I want you back. So if this is an ex, right, we've got regrets, missing you, sadness, sleepless nights. Definitely some missing you vibes. So this is a person that will drink, be under the influence, and miss you. Now, doesn't necessarily have to be an ex. It could just be long distance, right? It could be someone that's not close to you. They may be traveling to work or learn. So like when they're drinking, they start missing you. Some of you, this person's a bit of a sad drunk, like a bit of a pessimist when they're drunk, hence the red flag that tries to come out. A lot of you, but this person definitely, like if this is no contact or if there's distance or things are rocky, this is a person that will pour their heart out to you when they're drinking. And it's not necessarily just for worse, like when they're sad, right, and missing you. It could just be that this person doesn't speak as much. generally, but like the alcohol like brings it out of them, so they start sharing. They may actually overshare with you, share things with you that they don't want you to know about when they're drinking, right? With the teacher, like explaining, over explaining. Like this is a person that will pour their heart out, their feelings when they're drinking to you specifically. So let's hop into this deck and see what else we get from this pile. Tell me more about pile 1 and their person. What does this person say and do, and how do they react to pile 1 when they are drinking? Yeah. Feelings. Exactly. So they may sing, I don't know, but this is the moon. So if you can see, like there's a mask, like it's like this person's mask comes off when they're drinking. All of the feelings. Blue may be a relevant color, just because that card is blue with the feelings, and then we have more feelings here. But Pisces energy, they may start giving out all of their business. They start telling you specifically all of their business that they don't want you to know. Like I said, secrets, right? Things that they don't normally say, things they wouldn't normally do. And this is when you really get this person's feelings, honestly. This is when they'll be most honest and transparent, especially if this person isn't very emotionally like available or mature, or just doesn't do feelings. When they're drinking or under the influence, they definitely are. Feelings are a heavy theme here. Interesting. But that is 12th house energy of the unconscious. So all of the things that they deny about themselves and other people, that's when it really comes out when they're drinking. Interesting. Tell me more. Okay, I'll take that one. King of water. So many feelings. Oh my gosh. Your person may be a Pisces, or they may have Pisces placements, or they may specifically just have water placements. That is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But yeah, lots of feelings, lots of emotions, very intuitive, very receptive, right? Like this person becomes very delicate when they're drinking. Again, that's when they're the most vulnerable. That's when you're likely to get any type of honesty and vulnerability from this person. Okay, interesting. So let me get one more, and I'll take the bottom before we get into those other descriptor decks. Okay, I'll take both. It's okay. 9 of fire. So this is 9 of wands. So yeah, I mean, it's like and if you look at this deck, there's a lot of showboating here. So this person, again, may be very expressive, may begin to show off a little bit when they're under the influence, like really want your attention when they're doing that. 9 symbolize like individuality, so really wanting to stand out, you know, with fire and be creative. And also it's a sign of independence, so making sure you know how independent they are. In some instances, making sure you know that how available they are in everything else. So let me see what this is. That 9 of fire also talks about a pause. So it could be no contact for a lot of you, or an ex, but this is a person that may, you know, want to talk about the pause, or talk about being so close, almost there, giving it another chance. I get that energy from the card, especially since the 9 of fire is like a break right after some difficult time before that final push through. That could be the situation surrounding your connection, but it could also be the types of things they want to talk about. And then you've got more water, water. This person's really in their feelings when they're drinking, for better, for worse. But if in this point in time, in real time, like as you're watching, not as I'm doing the reading, whenever you find this for you, it is a sadness. I'm not gonna lie. It's like their current energy when they're drinking is sadness and missing you, because here we have this card of missed opportunities, right? So because 5 of water, it talks about spilled milk. It talks about being sad and feeling like you missed your chance, like you lost out, like you spilled 3 cups over. You're so focused on that, and you can't see the 2 cups behind you full and ready, filled with opportunity, right? So like this is a type of person that dwells on the fact, all of the mistakes, everything they did wrong in the connection, versus focusing on the opportunity to just be better in the future, or taking a chance to be better in the future. Like a lot of you, when this person's drinking, they think about you and they're just really sad about what could have been, instead of actually considering the potential that may still be there. Some of you, the potential's not there, and that's why they're sad like that. It's over. But you know what I mean? Like there is a potential to a certain degree. I feel for a lot of you here, and this person, when they're drinking, they kind of focus on that. So you may not. This person may be drinking. I can see this person drinking a lot, especially with the King of Water and the Moon, just often. Okay, and honestly, even alone with the 9 of Fire. And you don't realize that because you don't hear from them. But if you hear from them, when you hear from them while they're drinking, it's the woe is me, I miss you, like I messed up conversation. Let's see what's at the bottom. The Emperor. Yeah, so a lot of you here, this person is masculine in energy or nature. Doesn't necessarily mean anything like a physical appearance. It's just the energy is like a very like active and dominant energy, because you've got the King of Water as teacher. I consider very active energy, right, as well as the Emperor, so conquering and whatnot. Now that said, it talks about how they behave. Very active, right, very expressive, right? Water is emotions, feeling, very expressive, very touchy-feely, like if you're around each other, right? Like when they're not in that sad, downtrodden energy, or even when they are, it kind of activates them and makes them want to charge in like the Emperor, make them want to conquer. So like, again, some heavy sensual energy, right? 12th house energy on the table as well. That sneaky, let's sneak off together energy, kind of like a low-key vibe, but also very loud. And Emperor, which is Aries first house energy, I, me, like very firm, and like they get a little bit of confidence for real. Like this energy is the definition of liquid courage. Like this is someone that will get a little bit of a liquid courage and pour their heart out, like I said earlier, but actually pursue you. Like if especially if this is like a long since ex, like an ex of years, like when they're drinking, they may call you, or if they're drinking and you're nearby, they may just shoot their shot. That's the kind of energy I'm getting from this person. A lot of you, because I'm leading with the dominant energy of a crush, this person, like they get confident when they're drinking. They're like, maybe I should just hit up pile 1, or you know, maybe I should go talk to pile 1. Like that's when they get a little more showboaty, confident, and in their pursuit of you. Okay, very, very active. So let's see what these astrology based oracle decks have to say. Tell me more about pile 1's crush when they're drinking. How do they behave towards pile 1? Thank you. You're very close to achieving your goal. Exactly. 9 of Fire. That's almost there. They're like, I'm so close. All I have to do is call pile 1, reach out to pile 1, go walk over and talk to pile 1. I'm right here. I just have to do it. That's the energy I'm getting from this person when they're drinking. Very active. So this person is the type to be all over you when they're drinking, especially if they're detached, distant, it's a breakup, it's a messy situation. When they're drinking, all they want is to be close and connected to you. And they see that as the goal, right? 9 of Fire, the Emperor. So yeah, at the bottom you have work through your fears. Exactly. Liquid courage, right? New moon in Scorpio. So we have another water sign on the table. So new moon in Scorpio with this card talks about it talks about pursuit. And I'm pausing because I'm realizing that this may be a relevant placement for one or both of you, or if you're watching this in the present time, I can see this being relevant very quickly. Again, this is inspired in real time by like Cinco de Mayo, which I think is Friday, right? Yeah, and that's also an eclipse like a full moon eclipse, I think, in Scorpio. Okay, so yeah, definitely the case. Just some of you may be seeing this more swiftly than others, but also I want to mention that this is 8th house energy, very sensual energy. So I was already getting that passionate energy through all of this fire and water combination, but I'm getting the confirmation here with this 8th house energy that is now on the table, because that is the house of sex and sensual energy. So very sensual, very much wanting to connect with you, be close with you, be with you intimately when they're under the influence. Okay, and feeling like pursuit of that with the Emperor and being close to the goal. Like that typically they're more inclined to do so when they're drinking because of that fear. Something about this person, they're very insecure. Maybe it's due to past mistakes. Maybe they feel like you would feel away. Again, we do have I want you back, which is a missing you energy. It seems like this person's fearful to engage you on some level. I wonder why that is. I mean, you know why that is. I'll take this one as well as this one. Don't mean to shake that, sorry. And I'll take the bottom in a second. Yeah, this is why they feel like you'll like go at them crazy if they pursue you. That's why you have worked through your fears. This person's afraid of you. So whatever they did, they know they did it. Okay, like they're afraid. With the 5 of water, I wouldn't you act like they deeply want you, but at the same time they fear either your reaction or you or something about the energy between you two. I don't know what that is. It's going to be different for all of you. This is a general reading, but again, liquid courage, they actually kind of muster up the bravery when they do. So like this is the one pile so far that this person may only interact with you while they're drinking, not often, but like present time. Like if this is no contact or an ex, like the next time you hear from them, it's more than likely while they have some liquid courage because of this fear, right, of opposition. It says imbalance, point of tension, and a power struggle. So yeah, this person is afraid, but some of you, it also, that opposition talks about them wanting to clear up the opposition, the struggle, right? The 9 of fire is a break before that final push, which is like, like working very hard at something, having a goal in mind, and it's being very difficult and wearing you down, but you're fighting through it anyway. This may be a person that says, hey, I wanna continue to do this. I wanna try again. I know it's hard, but relationships are hard. Like this is a person, I'm getting serious commitment issues from maybe it is commitment issues, but I was thinking serious commitment vibes from this pile, like someone that wants a commitment or someone that you had a commitment with at some point. Now, that said, if this is just a crush and it's early and there's no drama, maybe there was just some miscommunication, some clashes since it's still early stages, or just this person's fear and insecurity, right? Like it could truly just be their insecurity in pursuing you as this is crush, right? So yeah, we've got house 3, exactly. Talk, words, speak. I'm laughing because it's like this person's a talker. They talk a lot when they're drinking. So house 3, Gemini energy, right? The house of communication, ruled by Mercury. So it says early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. So this is a person that talks up very logically, a lot of things. They become very expressive. They may find it difficult normally to express themselves, so when they don't have that layer of fear, like when their inhibitions are like when they release that, they can be anything. They become the emperor. They're very brave and they say exactly what they're thinking and how they feel and what they want. They'll ask you the questions they want to know. Like for example, some of you, if this is like an ex, like this is a person that when they see you often, they may dance around asking you like, hey, especially an ex of years, right? They'll be like, are you seeing anybody? Like they'll be thinking it every time they interact with you, but they won't actually ask you until they have a little support. Okay, but lots of chatter, lots of talking when this person's drinking. Some of you, this person actually is up for debate when they're drinking. Like the issues they have with you, it sounds extremely toxic. And some of you, it may be, but I'm seeing for the most part, like this is a person that's finally brave enough to like engage you, call you out. Like I made that reference just now of trying to see if you're seeing anybody, or like, oh, are you flirting with other people? Like when this person's drinking, they're not afraid, not to upset you, but like things they normally, if they're very passive and things they normally like brush off, they'll like make sure, like they'll say it while they're under the influence, because again, very talkative, right? The opposition into communication, they're willing to have difficult conversations. That's the best way to say it, right? Because that I don't want to make it seem like it's an unhealthy dynamic, because I don't see that for the majority of you, but this person is not afraid to bring up topics that could lead to an argument when they're drinking. Okay, Okay. Especially things when it comes to learning about you and understanding you and your thought processes and why you behave the way you do and why you respond to them. They'll bring that up. At the bottom, you have Chiron. Yeah, exactly. Hurt and heal. They want to have difficult conversations. All of the drama and this energy for this pile that you two have been having, they want to talk about it when they're drinking. They're like, yep, hurt and heal. We're going to work through this. It's a pushing through with a 9 of fire. It's like, especially since, again, 9 of fire is pause, break energy. So it could be like a distance, like if one of you moves away for work or is traveling for work. It doesn't have to be an actual breakup. It could just literally be time apart due to life and life experiences. But it's like, let's talk about our challenges in our relationship. Let's talk about the things that upset you, the things that upset me, the way that we're interacting with one another, or just the fact that we miss each other. Could be that, okay? For sure. But lots of feelings in this pile. So let me move on to these love-based decks. I'll pull from this one, then I'll pull from the Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle, and we'll close it out with the Erotic Sex Answers Oracle. But lots of sensual energy coming through already. I haven't really developed it, and I only can do so much with YouTube because it's just not something that YouTube really likes on the type of content that YouTube likes. But we keep it clean here. We get the information we need. It's for informational purposes. It's not for any other reason. So we know what we know. But this is definitely someone that actively engages you on a sensual level for sure when they're under the influence, because they feel brave. They feel brave when they're drinking. They do. You have teamwork. Whatever you lack, they got you, and vice versa. You have found your teammate in love and life, especially since I'm already talking about the sensual energy. Yeah, very active, right? That Emperor energy, like really, like, right? It's goal. Like this person may actually like play games when they're drinking, right? You have goals, like some type of challenge, opposition, the Emperor, teamwork. Honestly, this person might drink while they're watching sports. I can see that as well. Could be sports related with all of this activity. So, but yeah, it says whatever you lack, they got you, and vice versa. You have found your teammate in love and life. And because this person's so talkative, I feel like this is the types of things they would say to you. Like, listen, we balance each other out. Like, I got you in the areas you need support. You've got me in the areas I need support. We're different. We're opposites. But at the same time, it works. Like, that's what this person would say. Okay? That's exactly what this person would say. Let me pull one more. I was hesitating on whether or not I wanted another one, but yeah, exactly. On guard. So this is naturally a guarded person, and they also expect you to be that way, which is why they have this fear. But yeah, it says guards will be up in this relationship. It's okay to be cautious and take it slow, but make an effort to trust a little more. So this person would also talk about you letting your guard down, them knowing whatever they've done or the energy that they have, or just referencing the past, since we do have Chiron, which is hurt and healing. Like this is a person that would say, why don't you just let your guard down? Why don't you just like open up to me? Like those are the types of things they would say. Interesting. Okay. At the bottom, we have married with children. I think I mentioned earlier, this is like heavy commitment energy, like especially when it comes to like wanting to learn and grow together, because this person's like married with children. Now, I know this says careful not to get entangled with an unhappily married man. Don't allow yourself to be second place. Those of you in third party situations, that is a message for you. But if you are not, if that is not relevant to you, this is just this person talking about how they could see a future and a family and blah, 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 all of the stuff, like pouring their heart out and all of the things when they're drinking. Interesting. Okay, so let me move on. Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle. Some of you, if you already have children with this person, they're like, please stop being so guarded with me. Like, we have to work together and be a united front with the kids. Like, they don't want to argue in front of the kids. Like, they may call you out on that, or like be accountable for that. Like, we shouldn't be going back and forth in front of the children, literally. Because I actually saw it here with teamwork, on guard, and married with children. But I'm also realizing that's an indicator here with opposition in house 3 because house 3 rules early childhood, and we do have early learning childhood relations. Okay, like the example we're setting for the children, right? Because early learning and also teaching. So some of you may be teachers. This may be someone you're also teaching with. If this is a crush situation, this person may be a teacher or you're a teacher, and it's something about being perceived a certain way by the students. I can see that here's a very specific message for some of you. Let's see what this is. Cold heart. Yeah, with that on guard, like this person will literally be like in their feelings and be like, oh, you're cold hearted, like you're so mean to me, or like you know what I mean, like you're guarded, like that's the types of stuff. Or even like this could truly be just them when they're not drinking, or maybe they get a little mean when they're drinking. I did see some indicators of that, but I think I said all of this water here and this I want you back, it's blue. Blue may be irrelevant colors, might be your favorite color, their favorite color, related to work, something's blue. Okay, so yeah, let me pull 2 more. I think I want 2 more from this deck. All right, we've got faith. Yeah, it's like this person, like some of the things they're saying, like I believe in us, like I believe in us, and like I believe in the trust, I believe in the connection, I have faith, right? Like don't be so guarded, have faith that it can work out. Let me see. All right, I've got my last one. I'll take the bottom. Sparks fly. Like, yeah, like they really get going. So, like I said, when this person's under the influence, it's basically them really just, again, some of you, especially if it's distance or no contact, like when they're drinking, you really, like they restore your faith in them and their ability to express themselves, because like if they're naturally like this cold heart, like they inspire that faith because like the sparks, right? Like they really get going. And some of you, like this person might actually be the only time you hear like the words I love you and stuff is when this person's under the influence, because they're more of an action based person versus a verbal communicating type. Okay. Proposal. Yeah, this person literally might propose while under the influence. Like they start talking about like the future and married with children. Like, and that's even those of you where you're already having children. Even if you're already married, they're like, I always knew I wanted to marry you. Like I remember when I proposed to you. Like that's the type of stuff that's coming through for the pile. But this person gets super soft and gushy and in their feelings when they're drinking about like love and romance, and they're like, oh, you know, I knew the moment the sparks fly, right? Like I knew you would be the one that would open me up. They, like if this person is cold-hearted like that, they're like, oh, you're the one that actually like made me believe in like love and blah blah, like a lot. This person's got a lot when they're drinking. Okay, but yeah, lots of sensual energy, lots of commitment. Like this is more commitment than sensual. Like the sensual's here, the sparks are here, but it's all about, like I'm telling you, like this person is the type to get all up in their feelings when they're drinking. So let me get specific messages from the Sex Answers Erotic Sex Oracle combination, and we'll close it out. What are this person's and its sensual energy towards Pile 1 when they're drinking? Tell me about Pile 1's crush and their sensual energy towards Pile 1 when they're drinking. It's slow moving. You see that? It's very slow, and that fluttered out of there, but it was very slow. Like this person's, before this person can get into their sensual energy, they have to get all their feelings out of their chest, off their chest first. Like this, I think you two might have some things to work through because they have that. You have submit to me. I'll cover it just because I'm not certain how YouTube is going to be. But submit to me. Again, very dominant emperor. Some of you, you're very dominant energy yourself, regardless of gender, all of the things. Like you oppose this person often. Like you're very combative. You challenge them, and like when it comes to sensual energy, that's why you have that fear and that bravery surfacing when they're under influence. They're like, yeah, let me go at pile one and make sure like dominate pile one. Like this person kind of has a dominant streak when they're in under the influence, like especially when it relates to sensual energy. They're like, no, I'm in control. That's the energy. Let me see. Exactly. So yeah, so you got submit to me and testing your limits, right? So far. And that's basically what it is. Like they test the boundaries. They test, like they may, you know, again, testing the limits is not just the sensual energy, a little bit of a down sub kind of a vibe, but it talks about challenging you in ways that they're normally afraid or concerned about, whether it's fear of rejection or just insecurity, right? Like they start talking about proposals, marriage, and children just to feel you out, to see if you would want that with them. They start you know, having the difficult conversations that they're normally afraid to have. Those are the things that they do, all of the stuff that surfaces. But again, it is very much a dominant, like I'm testing your limits, I'm in control, I'm seeing how much you can take, right? Kind of an energy coming through. Let me, yeah, exactly. Look what that is. I'll probably pull one more, but domination. That's this person's energy, sensual energy specifically, when they are under the influence. Okay? For sure. Lots of shadowy energy. We do have Pisces energy on the table. So, their shadow surfaces for sure when they're under the influence, for better, for worse, right? Let me get one more like I wanted, and we'll take the bottom and close it out. That one wants to speak, so we will allow it to, but it was not jumping. It was just take it or leave it kind of a vibe. All right, person's really spunky under the influence, but also big softy. So you got self-pleasure here, and a lot of you where it's no contact, this is where we are, right? This is where we are, especially, or an ex, right? This person may self-pleasure to you, where there's distance, where there's no contact, whether there's issues that need to be worked out, right? Okay, and then you've got take the initiative, right? Activated cardinal energy, that Aries, right? Exactly. So Martian energy, you do have both signs that are ruled by Mars. So very dominant, right? Domination, sparks, submit to me, testing of the limits, cold heart, right? Taking the initiative. That is this person's energy when they are under the influence, pile one. So I hope this resonated for you, and if it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile two. So if you selected the strawberry margarita, then this is your reading. Let's see what your person would say, do, and react to you when they're drinking. And I'm leading with the crush energy, but as always, it can be any of the relationships, past, present, incoming, all of the labels, twin flame, soulmate, and whatnot. So I'm going to start with this melanin pop deck, then we'll hop right into the Emotions Oracle for clarity, and we will continue to clarify with a couple of astrology-based oracle decks, as well as some love decks, including my Erotic Sex Answers Oracle Hybrid. Okay, so tell me about my strawberry margarita pile and their crush. This one kind of wants to come out, but we're not taking hesitations. Your person may hesitate on speaking to, interacting with you while under the influence. So tell me about my strawberry margarita pile. I think I mentioned hesitation. I'll take this one too, since it's stabbing me in the hand. We'll take the bottom in a second. But yeah, slow and steady. This person's a build-up. Like they're the type that drinks slowly, and they'll drink, like this person may binge drink when they drink, or they may just really just drink for a long period. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't have to be tons of just knocking them back. It doesn't have to be that. It can just be they may be the type to nurse a drink all evening, right? Just taking their time. And this is a person that when it comes to interacting with you, at least when they're drinking, it's a build up. It's a preparation. It's almost like once this person gets a little tipsy, they're like, I'm gonna start dealing with pile two. Let me, go talk to pile two, or figure out when I'm gonna go over there, or when I'm gonna call, or when I'm gonna message. Like, that's the kind of energy, right? Wise planning, meticulous, careful, and delays. And this is a person that may experience delays when they're drinking, like delays as in like interacting with you. Like, they may try to, on a whim, message, call, go talk to you, but like you're preoccupied, because like, one, they're really slow here with slow and steady, but also it's on a whim, like it's on the fly, if that makes sense. So, and some of you it's the opposite, right? Like slow moving, planning, like this person plans to drink and then engage you after. Like, this may be a person you drink with often, honestly, because I can see that for some of you. But yeah, slow moving, delays, especially if this is a crush. This may be a crush that doesn't really interact with you much because they're very slow moving. Okay, well, let's see what this other card says, and we'll take the bottom. Health. Healthy eating habits, nurse, doctor, exercise, medical school. So it could be related to just doctors, nurses, hospitals, all of the things. This person may not drink at all due to for health reasons, or they may drink less for health reasons. And it doesn't have to be like their health is in danger, or like they have issues with their health. It could genuinely just be for wellness purposes. Like, they don't drink because they're on a strict regimen, a strict diet, they're on a fitness journey. So some of you here, this person does not drink. Blue may be a relevant color. Welcome to those of you that are back from pile one, because of all the colors that can come out of this deck, you got 2 cards with blue at the top. So that's definitely an indicator for me that is a relevant color. Now, I actually saw blue scrubs. So some of you wear, or your person wears, blue scrubs, since we have this medical energy coming through. But yeah, I mean, this person may be a very slow drinker. It doesn't have to be because it doesn't have to be because their health is in jeopardy, or that they're on a fitness journey. It doesn't have to be any of those extremes. This person may just, in their mind, think, okay, let me drink in moderation. They may be around people that drink a lot and drink heavy, so they may really just take their time. Like, let me just sip on this one drink so that they can think I'm as drunk as them, but I'm really not. Like, I get that energy from your person. Okay? Definitely. Like a bit of a responsible person, right? A wise planner. Wise planning is giving me designated driver. Okay? So could be that in some instances. Yeah, we've got the beach. Ocean, water, cleanse, force, subconscious. Yeah, you guys may go to the beach and drink. This person may drink at the beach or near water in some instance, or beach could also just be vacation in general. And some of you, beach is indicating summertime as a certain time frame. Now, I see subconscious. This is a person that's very private, very secretive. If they have a tendency to overshare when they drink, they make sure that they don't do so. They don't drink heavily in certain environments. I can see that as well. Okay. But yeah, subconsciousness, right? They have a lot that's like a lot more. They're a lot deeper than you may realize. Honestly, when they're drinking, you may get to see that side of them a little bit. Just because I can see the deep, the subconscious energy glaring at me. And also, some of you, your person's just not drinking right now. They're on a cleanse, or they're on some sort of a cleanse that makes them reduce their drinking. They're either not drinking, reducing how much they drink for health, wellness, or just cleanse purposes. Okay. Interesting. Some of you, this is a message that your person's prioritizing their health and wellness, and that's why they're so slow moving. Just in general, that's just coming through. Especially those of them that are on fitness journeys, like they're literally working on like a beach body. You can probably see that looking at the card yourself. Like they're trying to get beach ready. 4 of air. Yeah, some of them want to make sure they look good in the bedroom, because like I associate the 4 of swords, which this is, as like essentially it's like a card of relaxation, of rest. So like I depict it as like the bedroom, especially in intimate energy. So like this person wants to look good intimately, okay? And also when they're drinking, their mind starts to wander into that intimate setting. Like they start thinking about being in the bedroom with you very, very quickly when they are drinking. And I say under the influence, but I say tipsy because this person doesn't seem like, in at least at the stage of me doing this reading, which whatever time you find this reading, this is relevant for you, they're not really looking to be drunk. That's not something they're doing at this stage of the game. Okay? Very easygoing energy coming from your person though. So let's see. Okay, I've got 2. Look at that. Oh, I've got 4. We'll take them. Because I think pile 1 actually got 4. So you've got 2 of Earth, very balanced energy, right? Juggling. So again, maybe designated driver, may have a lot going on, a lot of responsibilities and tasks. Therefore, they're like, I don't have time for all of this drinking. Like, I'm not going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, this is busy. Like, this is a person that in their mind, they're like, I have a lot to do tomorrow. I'm not about to get wasted with you. Like, even if it's the weekend, they don't care. And when I say with you, I mean whoever it is they drink with. And then you have the Ace of Water, which is beautiful love, right? New love, fresh love. So here you are, crush energy, your confirmation. And then it came out followed by, and I cleansed this deck. I've shuffled this deck. If you watch my most recent reading, like I used it there for all of the piles. So these two should not be coming out side by side because I know it's a fairly new deck, but again, you can actually see I actually used it for 3 separate readings after cleansing it, and I cleanse it between piles. So Ace of Water, 2 of Water. That's where this person is. And also the 2 of Earth is juggling back and forth. The number 2 could be relevant since you picked pile 2, as well as just it being here. But yeah, this person, they're going back and forth about the way they're going to engage you. Should they tell you they like you if this is a crush, right? Should they pursue you romantically further if this is something you've already been kind of dating, talking, whatever? Should they try to get back with you if this is an ex? But it's definitely heavily on their mind with the Ace of Water leading into the 2 of Water. They want union with you as they're drinking. And this person, you can honestly take them a little seriously just because, like, this isn't someone that's drunk. Like this person's not, I don't want to say they're not fun. They're just not interested in like drinking until they become a different person. They are drinking responsibly and like, yeah, they're a little tipsy, so they're a little looser, but it's not like a completely different personality, if that makes sense. Interesting. At the bottom, you've got the 5 of Fire, where there's that kink. Okay, there's the kink, very kinky, but from a place of love, like it's feelings involved with this person. So they're very kinky, very, very kinky, but you know, like physical fitness here with that health. I told you, they want to look good in the bedroom. Some of you, they may like be into role play and whatnot, hence the seduction fit on the 5 of Fire here. Very passionate energy, like they really get going. 5 of Fire also can be anxiety and a little bit of nervousness in being around you or interacting with you while under the influence or just being a little tipsy. So definitely get that energy from them. But yes, heavy sensual energy from a loving place, but down to get busy, wanting to engage you on that level when they're drinking. So let me see what these astrology based oracle decks have to say about my strawberry margaritas. Tell me more about how to's crush when they are tipsy or drinking or just around people that are drinking. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, they just want to go straight to the bedroom. And this kind of feels like, I say kinky, it's not really kinky, maybe a little bit of role play, but this is like sensual, romantic in the bedroom, literally sex, because that they're thinking of with you with 4 of Air and disseminating moon. If anything, the whole time they're in an environment where they're drinking or other people are drinking, they're just ready to like go be with you. That's the energy, right? Taking time to breathe out. They're just wanting to remove themselves from the situation or move beyond the situation. Like it just is what it is. That's not what they're interested in right now. Okay. especially if it's a break, because disseminating moon is a break. So they start thinking about the fact that you two may either be on a break, there may be distant, or the break may be a breakup, literally. And they may start reflecting on that energy. The bottom, you have your dreams need a practical plan. Very, very practical person, right? So full moon in Taurus, this person may have Taurus placements. They may not, doesn't have to, but Taurus is second house energy of structure. It is things that you own. It is money and all of the things, like, right? Especially, this is a busybody person. So again, with the Two of Earth, juggling things, like, I'm busy, I got money to worry about, like, I'm not about to get wasted with you guys. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this person. And they know this is a very structured, very organized, very routine-based person with health, as well as this Taurus energy, because practical planning, right? Wise planning on slow and steady. And then you've got those healthy habits just in general, whether eating or just life in general with health. So this is someone that is very focused, very driven. They have goals, they have things that they want to do, and they don't adjust their routine for, I guess, nightlife, party, whatever the environment is. Okay? Definitely the case. Also talks about possessiveness. Gets very possessive when it comes to you, especially if you're on break. Because, like, taking time to breathe out, leading into your dreams need a practical plan. It's like, yeah, I gave Pal 2 space, but at the same time, like, they're not getting that much space. Like, Pal 2 better not be, like, wilding outside. Like, that's the energy I get from your person. So, and those of you where it's just, this is your person, or a crush, or someone you're dating, and there's no space, it's like they still get possessive, like and territorial when they're drinking or sipping, or, you know, especially if they're just tipsy and they're not really drinking like that. People that are drinking might get on their nerves and start annoying them because they're so practical and they're level-headed. So, like, if people get a little too flirtatious with you or just too rowdy in general, they're over it. Like, they're done. They're ready to remove themselves. Tell me more about pile 2. Thank you. Capricorn. Yeah, I mean, heavy earth. So now you've got Capricorn, right? Another earth sign. You have 2 of the 3 on the table. And it says ambition, realism, and methodical steps. This person doesn't skip steps. They don't take off days. They stick to the plan. They stick to the routine. So once they decide and commit to a journey, some type of goal, that is what the focus is. And they're not going to let drinking, partying, any of that stop. Now, that said, this steps and goal-oriented energy is very strategic. That's their approach to you when they're drinking. They start thinking and strategizing, planning your future, right? Because especially if they're not drinking in the environment, they're like, well, let me make some productive use of my time while they need a driver. Let me start planning tomorrow, or planning how I'm gonna handle the situation with pile 2, or, you know what I mean? Like, they just start thinking about those things. They start talking about their goals and their ambitions, the things that they want to do, the things they want to achieve, and things they want to achieve with you as well, and your connection. Yeah, this is actually 10th house energy of career and social status. 100%, right? And then Capricorn is already ruled by Saturn, which is hard work. It's typically the planet of hard lessons and dedication. It's like, this is 100% a person that believes in working hard, right? Like, that's their thing. They don't care if it's hard. They believe to see real results in anything, you have to make sacrifices. You have to struggle a little bit. You have to deprive yourself in some way. Like, you have to work hard. That's this person's vibe. At the bottom, we have Pisces, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. So yeah, I mean, this is a person that when they're tipsy, like, their subconscious energy with this beach, their feelings do begin to surface, and they start really like giving space to their feelings. Like, I don't necessarily see this person as being like in their feelings, but they acknowledge them when they're drinking. Like, this isn't a person that has time for feelings, but they acknowledge them when they're drinking. Okay, but here we are with intimacy, intuition, and compassion. This is a deeply private person I mentioned with the beach card. So I do feel like this is someone that kind of privately starts wanting to engage you. Like, they may slip out and engage you, or sneak near you, like try to do so discreetly. Very again, meticulous in that sense, very careful. Like, And delays means they'll wait. That's why you have slow and steady. They're like, I don't want to do it in front of all these people. Let me just slip away real quick and talk to Pal 2 or engage Pal 2 or just pop up on Pal 2. Okay, that's what you have here. I'll put this over here. All right, so let me see here. I think in the previous pile I got 2 from this deck. So let me move on to these love decks and see more energy. 100%, like, I don't want to say sneaky link energy. It's not. Some instances it is, but like Pisces, like it's like that passion, like letting that passion build up discreetly and just rolling with it. Especially if this person is like the one sober person in the room. Other people are too wasted to notice, and that's how they make their move, or at least would like to like strategize it. That's the plan. Now I'm not gonna lie, 8 times out of 10 it doesn't work out that way, just because we do have delays on the table. But that's typically the strategy when this person's drinking in an environment where other people are drinking and whatnot. So tell me more about Pal 2. About Pal 2's crush, their person, and how they engage Pal 2. Yeah, there's that energy. Okay, so planning, strategizing, huge deal here. Huge deal here. Also, that little energy I was picking up on with the jealousy is coming out. For whatever reason, I think I may get 3 from here, but you've got choices. And it says 2 or more will be vying for your attention at once. You'll have to choose which one to pursue. It's a mixed bag here, okay? Some of you, it's you. You have all of these people wanting your attention. People are drinking. They're in your space, and your person does not like it. There's hence the jealousy. But you also have your person's energy here where they may have options, but they already have it on their mind. They know exactly who they want to pursue, and that's you. And they also, again, choices. We talk about that planning. Like they know exactly what steps they're gonna take. They've already made the decisions that they're gonna make. They already know how the evening, day, whenever, whatever the setting is, they know exactly what they're gonna do and how. Doesn't always pan out that way, hence the delays. Like they don't always get to follow things according to plan, but there is always a plan at play with this person, okay? So let me see more. Tell me more. Someone here has like a lot of body. I don't know why that's relevant, but I've got like the little energy of the 5 of Wands, and then we've got her serving the little body. Like that's the attention seeker. Like it's attracting a lot of people specifically to this person. All right, let me see. 2 more. Tell me more about Pal 2's crush and how they react with Pal 2 when they're under the influence, please. The score. I think they're at the beach. So the beach is very relevant. Water is relevant. Okay, but it says who's playing who. Somebody here is looking to score, but only play if you are willing to lose the game. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of, I just mentioned body, and then I get that backside. This person may get a little touchy-feely when they're drinking. They may pat you on the backside, or you may pat them on the backside. Like that's very relevant energy, but it's not just the sensual energy. It's also in territorial. Like I've made my decision. It's Pal 2, but also if you're looking at Pal 2, just know that Pal 2 is with me. Like that's the energy. Okay, lots of games. Again, I mentioned role playing. This person may be into role playing when they're a little bit tipsy or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like pretending. There's a lot of secret, private energy. So if like you two are like, especially early stages, people don't know you're together. There's that element of pretending you're not, or just kind of being just very low key and private about it, like slipping away. Or in instances where people don't realize that you may not be on the market anymore, or you know what I mean? Like they may pursue you, pursue your person, and then marking of the territory. That's what I'm getting. But also someone looking to score. Definitely strategizing ways to get you in bed, literally. Because I mentioned all of the cards that referenced like bedroom. Taurus energy actually can be a home energy, like getting you home. Let me get my last one from this deck. I'll take the bottom. All right. Yeah, exactly. Very jealous and drama. So I don't know if you get like, I don't know if like you have like, if you're not exclusive, if you're dating around, whatever the energy is, you've got choices, and now you have love triangle. So it says getting caught on a love triangle causes heartache. It doesn't, don't wait around for them to pick you, get yourself out. So there could be a plan, a decision. If your person had to choose between two people, I can see that for some of you. This person knows exactly what they want and who they want. I don't care if this person's like, I'll get to your energy if that's you in a second, but if this person has options and they have more, like two, that's why I think the number 2 came out, right? If this person has an option between two people, they know exactly who they want. Now, like I said, this person kind of starts thinking about their plans for the future, what they want, the life they want to live, who they are in love with and whatnot. This person's interesting, I'll say that much. But like, I don't know, someone, I don't want to like make assumptions. I am reading the energy, but I hate to say stuff like this on YouTube. But like, it just feels like one, like this person has decided that you're the one they're more serious about. But there may be, in some instances, someone, the other person, that is just like a fun time, right? Because you have who's playing who. Somebody here is looking to score, but only play if you're willing to lose the game, right? And that's what I'm seeing. So let me just see what's at the bottom. Protected by love. Your partner will be protective of you, feeling an obligation to take care of you. Just be sure it's not possessiveness. I said that jealousy, that possessiveness. So yeah, I feel like if this person has been playing the field, seeing you get lots of attention, one, reels them in and bothers them a lot. But this person always knows exactly what they're doing, what they want. This doesn't feel like an indecisive person. Even if they come across that way, they know exactly what they're doing. They're very good at juggling things. And unfortunately, people as well, in some instances, for those of you where it's not an exclusive situation. Like if this person's dating around and like everybody knows, whoever they're dating, they all have their purpose. They all have their role. It seems like you're the one they're most serious about, which take that however you take it. It doesn't, I mean, if that's what you're good with, then that's what you're good with. But it just feels like you're the one they're most serious about, though there's some fun time. Okay, and that's where there's third party and you're very certain that, and you know that. Okay, now, those of you where you're not sure if you're in a third party or not, I think when this person's tipsy, they'll actually let you know. Because we're talking about what they would say and do. You'll know. Like they'll literally start talking about the situation, right? Like I made like the decision and the score, and like I don't want to date around anymore. Like that, like it'll all come out, right? Unconscious, subconscious, like things coming out. But also, again, protected by love is that possessive energy. And if you are the person that has options, this person's kind of like making sure you know that they're all in and that there's a plan. Like this is a person that would 100% want to commit while tipsy, just to in front of people, just to make sure nobody else can have you. Like I don't mean to say it like that because it's that's like the shadow side of it, but I'm just saying like if this is like a private thing, this is a person that would like definitely mark their territory in front of other people, even when, you know, even if you're not necessarily exclusive, they're just making sure no one else is, at least definitely not in their face. It's not going to happen in their face, right? 5 of fire, very combative energy. So let's see. Tell me more about my strawberry margarita. Some of you, this person wants to talk to you about the fact that they think that you may be having them in a third party. Like they think you may be dating around, you maybe have somebody else, or at least even like with scores, like you may have someone else you're being intimate with, like, and they want to know for sure because they're like, I see a future with you, I'm serious about you. So that's what energy that's coming through for when they're, some of you, if you and this person are in the, like you're drinking and they're drinking less, you may be a little flirtatious, right? Once you get a little tipsy or under the influence, and it really bothers them, right? 5 of fire is very passionate, but it could also be arguments. So let's see. Tell me more. single. It's funny, some of you may drink wine, specifically red wine, but we have single here. Some of you, especially if you're in a connection, you act single and your person does not like it. You know, like when they're drinking or tipsy, they're like, first of all, you're walking around like you're not involved with me. That's kind of a vibe I get. But also, single is lonely. Like this person kind of starts feeling isolated and lonely, especially if they're in an environment where other people are drinking and they're not, like it's not the vibe that it is when they're not drinking like that. And also like the topic of being single becomes a huge deal. Like again, they start feeling isolated, they start feeling their feelings, realizing that they are lonely if they're single. Even if they're dating around, it's like there's no meaningful connection in that, and they're kind of wanting more. They see that with you if they're not already in that with you. Okay, let me see if I can get, yeah, I wanted 2 more and there we are. So let's see, Book of Love. Some of you, this person literally is like reading while other people are drinking. That's funny. But also Book of Love talks about being studious. It talks about planning and steps and knowing what to do, like wanting to know what to do. Some of you, this person wants advice, gives advice about love and romance while they're drinking, especially, right? Like we have single and Book of Love. It's like they may talk to their friends. If they're single, like they'll talk to people with relationship experience or people that are in relationships and kind of get advice on how to interact with you specifically, because we are leading with how they interact with you. They may like study you and ask you a lot of questions about yourself and what you want in the future, your plans, your goals, the pace you want to move at. Those are the types of things. Nostalgia, that is a missing energy, right? They want to talk about past history, just where they've been, where they're going. They want to know your history, where you've been, right? And especially if we're talking about crush energy, they want to know if you're available, because here it feels convoluted. It's an instant uncertainty in availability. Like, are you single? Are you not single? Are you dating other people while you're dating me? Those are the types of vibes I'm getting from this pile. Yeah, but if there's distance, this person's like, oh, I miss you, blah, 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 blah. But also reflecting on past relationships, I can see. Like, especially if you meet this person or met this person, like while drinking, specifically like in the glass is wine, it's a bonding over like past experiences with love and kind of seeing that potential with each other. You do have in love. So yeah, this person really starts to feel their in love feelings for you, specifically when they're in that type of environment or when they're a little bit tipsy, because this isn't a drunk pile at all. Okay, so let me close this out with my Sex Answers Erotic Sex Oracle. Sorry, I don't mean to knock that. I'm just trying to get a good shuffle. And then because yeah, I mean, like it's essential. Like I said, this person, I don't want to say that they're vanilla, but I will lead with that energy before I get this from this deck, because yeah, there's some role play, there's essential energy, but it's all about getting back home, getting back to the bedroom. It's not like outside, maybe if so at the beach, literally, because I see that. And then the deck went splat. The deck went splat. Okay, let me pause. Okay, so we're back with the deck. It went splat. So ironically enough, the fact that this happens to this specific deck, it's making me feel like when this person comes in, when they're tipsy or when they go for it, like they go from very, very slow to immediately chaotic when it comes to sensual energy, because that 5 of fire there as the overview, it just talks about like passion and chaotic energy. It's like it's energy that is moving, like change, looking for a foundation. And this person's like looking for a foundation, looking for somewhere to ground their energy. And when it comes to their sensuality, they may just hit you all at once, throwing it at you when they're a little tipsy or in an environment. Feeling rejected is here, so that could be the anxiety, as this person may already feel rejected in this instance when they're drinking or around people that are drinking, or fear this energy. But there was a lot of anxiety, hence all of the cards, they just started to slip away. literally. So they may feel you're slipping away. Let me see. We get more. Especially with this possessive energy and this third party I have on the table, or feeling like there's a third party and questioning availability, right? We're not open right now is here. Yeah, exactly. So this person, like, when it comes to sensual energy, while this person's drinking, well, one, this talks about this person not drinking. Like, they're not really trying to drink. They're turning down a lot of the drinks, right? Single could be a single drink, literally. Even if they used to drink, right? A lot. So you have that. And then feeling rejected, not open right now, is very like conservative planning energy. So depending on the environment, this person is a planner. They're very slow moving. When it comes to their sensual energy, they may get really wired up and excited, literally sensually, when they're thinking about you or interacting with you while in that environment. But depending on the day and the stage of life, what they're doing, they're not really, they're going to just go home. Right? Honestly, I do feel like for like half of you, this person's just like, no, not right now, when it comes to sensual energy, because like they're really into whatever planning and meticulous steps they're taking, and like breathing out, like they're making sure they're well rested for whatever they're doing and their health and their goals. Like, I see that. Okay. And there are also those of you where this is not the case, where they're not that, I don't know why I heard the word neurotic, but when they're not like that fiery of energy, that 5 of fire, it talks about the fear of feeling rejected, the fear of being turned down, turned away. Let me see. What is this? Yeah, this person's playing the long game with the red rose. I have a reading up with the red rose, so that may be relevant. And I was seeing all of this red because all of the cards are not red, but long lasting talks about this is a person that when it comes to their sensual energy, because something about time, right? Planning and timing, it's about time. When this person, so it all depends, the setting in which this person's drinking, how they interact with you, what you can expect them to do depends on their plans and what they're planning to do that day, the next day, and all of the things. Like, if they feel like they have time, hence long lasting, they'll literally have the most amazing sensual experience with you, take their time, be all day, all night, whatever the case, when it comes to the sensual energy, especially from a romantic perspective. But when it comes down to interrupting their schedule or their plans, it's like, no, not right now. I want to wait until I have time to really be with you and enjoy you. I don't know why that's coming through like that. Okay. So yeah, definitely the case. So let me get one more. Let me get one more. I'll take the bottom. How many more? Oh, sorry. I am shaking the table. What's that? No strings attached. So some of you, the score and the love, this person is not really trying to play games. Like, so some of you, the no strings attached is like, okay, yeah, not too long, because I have stuff to do. I don't know why that's coming through like that, but also it's the no strings attached. Like, that's not what they're seeking. They're seeking, because it landed on long lasting, right? So it's like taking your time, and also no strings attached means no obligations, no commitment. So when they don't have prior commitments, prior engagements, when they don't have things that they should be focusing on, that is when you're most likely to get a sensual, specifically response, since we're using these decks. Like, this person's more likely to be intimate after drinking, while drinking, in that setting, when they're free, right? On their actual free time, free days. If they have stuff to do, to take care of after, they're not like, this is where we are right here. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, it's still very vanilla energy, just because like none of the super, you can't even really tell I'm using the erotic sex answers combination because of the cards that came out. It just, long lasting is the most, I mean, no strings attached. So very clean energy from this person. This person is very clean in terms of sensual energy. Okay. So a lot of you, this may be you, the third party energy coming through, because I'm not getting that from this person. Even Some of you, it is because it's general, but the dominant energy of the pile is someone that maybe a lot of people are interested in, but they're very available single because they're so fixated on their routine and their stuff and they're slow moving, and that's just not the priority. Literally, because here we are talking about them being riled up after being a little tipsy or in an environment where they've been around people that are drinking and they had a lot of conversations about love, romance. They are attracted to you. They are turned on even in their thoughts of you, but when they have stuff going on, it's not something that they're prioritizing. You have at the bottom stolen kisses. There's that secret. So this is someone that I get a little bit of a tease, especially with score. So like when it comes down to it, like you may get like a kiss. They may like kiss you and run because they know they don't want to get wrapped in. They have like a routine, things to do. They're trying to ground their energy and whatnot. Okay, with stolen kisses. Okay, that is what I'm getting for this reading. So yeah, but I will say before I close it out, the stolen kisses feels like someone that is really like thinking a lot about kissing you specifically. Like they'll give you a kiss, but it's like a kiss goodnight almost, because it's like they have a plan, they're working on things, they have dreams, they have goals, they have stuff that they're working on, and that's really what it is that they're trying to do. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, Pile 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, Pile 3, my mango margaritas. Let's see how your person acts towards you, what they think, what they feel, all of the things when they are drinking. And I'm not gonna lie, this is already gonna be some mess. I can already tell because I reset the decks, I cleansed the decks, and when I reshuffled them, at the bottom of one of the decks, they're already stacked, so I'm not going to pull it over just for you to see, but at the bottom of one is the Soulmate card, and at the bottom of another one is the Twin Flame card. So I already know it's going to be something chaotic, but we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. So I'm going to start with this Melanin Pop deck. We'll hop right into the Emotions Oracle, and then we will roll through those Oracle decks for clarification. So tell me about Pile 3, my mango pile. My mango margaritas. Tell me how their person, their crush, partner interacts with them while drinking. Think, feel, all of the stuff. What's their energy like when they are drinking, and how do they interact with Pile 3? I'm not gonna take it. I'll let you see. We've got groupie, moneymaker, mountains, hot sauce. So horny, hot, passionate. Work, clingy, all of the stuff. Let me see. Let's get one. I'll take 2 max, but I'm not taking that many from this deck. I just want an overview of their overall energy when they're drinking and how they interact with you. My Pile 3. Tell me about Pile 3's crush. How do they behave when drinking? Okay. Chaotic, I already told you. So, unavailable, busy, absent, taken, hard to reach, unavailable. So this is someone that is typically emotionally unavailable, or just unavailable just in general. Like they may like that may just be their overall energy, right? Some of you, this is their energy when they're drinking. Like you may not hear from them. They may be off doing their own thing. But others of you, because we have one night stand clarifying it, right? Fast, sudden connection, sex positivity, pleasure. Some of you, especially early stages, this is the nature of the connection. Very casual, right? No emotions, no strings attached. A one night stand literally could be what you're asking about. This could be past energy for some of you, just because that's the energy. And those of you where it's crush and this is someone that you don't know yet or haven't interacted with yet, this is the energy typically that is what this person's, I guess, incoming energy would be like, at least the first time, just because this is just how it's laying out. So unavailable and one night stand. So very casual, right? Fast, sudden connections, just fun, not emotional at all, right? Or at least that's the intent. I want to know what's going to come out. Like I said, already at the bottom, we have some mess. So we'll see. Let me pull from this deck and see more clarification. Tell me more about House 3 and their person. Like some of you, this person's usually unavailable, and like when they get tipsy, drunk, all of the things, that's when they'll hit you up or message you, or if you're there, like if you're drinking together, they get super, I think I mentioned like when all of those cards try to come out, like horny, all of the stuff. Very quick, right? Fast, sudden connections. So let me see. Got to. I want 3, so I will pull another one. 8 of water. Yeah, I mean, 8 of water is like moving beyond something. So it talks about leaving something behind. So some of you, this person, like when they're drinking, they think about like hooking up with you just one time and then moving on, right? With the one night stand. That's what I'm getting, especially those of you where it's like lightweight crush energy. Like they think about that. Also 8 of water, because some of you, there's always polarities. There's the one end and then there's another end. There's the one side where it's like, oh, just fun, casual, no strings attached, but 8 of water is feeling. So some of you, it talks about intending that and then it evolving into more, right? The evolution of a connection with the 8 of water, because the 8 of water talks about learning and growing and evolving, and you're moving along that water to more, right? Like with a lot of knowledge, with a lot of wisdom. It's kind of an awakening energy. And you've got the 6 of fire, which is success, right? Victory. Okay, so yeah, moving to success. It kind of feels like pursuing success. Some of you, it is literally like this person wants something casual, like they just want like the one night stand, right? The journey to like, can I come over to, right? Can I come over for a release, like for a victory, for a conquest? Like that's what I get. Others of you, it is that unavailable one night stand. Some of you, it may trigger something in that evolution, some type of soul growth with the 8 of water, in that will lead to the betterment of you, this person in general. Let me see what else I can get. Let me get one more and I'll take the bottom. Okay, we'll go with it. I think every pile got 4 cards. Something about this deck, they want, like it wants to be red in 4s instead of 3s. That's funny. But you have the Hermit, okay? So the Hermit is 6th house energy, right? It's day-to-day routine. It is health, it is wellness. If you're coming from previous piles, welcome. It is Virgo energy, okay? Planning, attention to detail, all of the stuff, okay? And then you've got the 6 of air, which is the other card of traveling, moving on. Like someone meant, like someone, I heard hit it, quit it. Someone meant for a one night stand. A lot of you, that's especially early stages crush, that's the intent, is let's, you know, go in and then move on, especially when it comes to being single, because Virgo energy is very singular energy, okay? So it's about being alone, just because it's Hermit, right? Hermit mode is isolated to yourself, not really engaging with anyone socially, romantic, beyond what you need to. That's what I get. Okay, and then you've got the 10 of water, okay? But lots of feelings. So that's an interesting turn. So that's why I knew y'all were gonna come with some mess. Wow, so we've got unavailable with a one night stand, like someone that is emotionally unavailable, someone that is single, wants to be single, whether that's you, your person, both, right? Like not really looking for anything, because just because this is your crush doesn't mean that you want a relationship. But here we are, because in this pursuit of this passionate one night stand of conquest, like let me just go in, you know, get what I want and go back to me. It's, you know, 8 of water, 6 of air, it talks about a longing for more, right? 10 of water is kind of collective energy. It's community-based energy. You're going from the Hermit to kind of desiring a connection, like a romantic connection, but not just that, but a connection, honestly desiring even friendship, not even just desiring a person to love romantically, but desiring community and possibly even a family. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this one night stand, leading to all of that. And some of you, this is a crush, and this is literally, you know, that's the intent. But just be mindful that this is kind of where I see it headed for this pile, is all kinds of feelings in the Ten of Water surfacing. And a lot of you, this person, patience, this person wants to call you, literally call you with telephone here, right? And talk to you and stay in contact and all of the things, you know, growing, evolving, traveling to see you, to be with you, you know, growing to be with you. Like when I say traveling, I don't mean necessarily just a physical travel. I mean an evolution, right? Especially coming from that hermit unavailable energy that is either you, them, or both. I see it evolving, and something is interesting. It's kind of like a victory you didn't necessarily see. So that's what this drinking is gonna lead to with you. You watch yourself, pile 3. You watch it. So let me pull more cards. Let me see what these astrology-based oracle decks have to say. I think it's funny because, like, some of you are like, yeah, I just want to see if, you know, I'm going to hook up with my crush when we're drinking. Well, I may get a little more than we bargained for. So let's see. Tell me more about pile 3. How did their, some of you, this is how you reacted. I'm getting a mirroring vibe, but some of you, it is, this may be you. This may be your pile. You might want to pick another pile. Like this may be you and your energy with your person, but also I do feel a lot of you is mirroring. But here I wanted to bring this card up because the Eight of Water is that journey, right? And it is little hearts on there, which is sweet. It's like journey to love, and you see the two like statues. It's kind of like the Greek statues. It's like the gods, orchestrated by the gods almost energy. Like that seems to be the story of this, like journeying to something that you don't even realize the implication of. That's what I see. And there's even a storm on there, like an awakening. Very beautiful deck from our friend the Tarot Tavern. So yeah, let me see. Nothing will come of the situation void, of course. Like, oh, I feel so sorry for you, pile 3, because some of you, or your person, both of you, I don't know, like you're getting a lot more than you thought. Like, it's not like you weren't looking. You're like, oh, I'm single, I'm living my best life, or this person may be in that energy, and then boom, like, oh, this is gonna be a fun hookup with my crush, or like this person I just think is attractive. Like thinking it's just nothing, and then but meanwhile, like I just read, like you have this storyline in the background of like being orchestrated by the fates, the gods, the universe, all of the stuff, right? So at the bottom, you do have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. It's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be rough. Or it is not difficult. It is not rough. If this is current ongoing energy, like if this is an energy that's coming in for you, like if this is present or past, the end is near. You don't have to worry about it. It's not going to be as stressful or chaotic if it has been. And then remember, Capricorn energy is 10th house energy. It is career, social status, but it also is ruled by Saturn, which is lessons, karma, growth, right? And you have that here with the Eight of Water and the Six of Air. It's all about growth and evolution, to be successful, to be victorious, right? Knowledge in the Hermit, because the knowledge is isolated for the sake of gaining wisdom, right? And honestly, because the Hermit is here with Eight of Water and Six of Air, I actually see if you have been, or if your person has been in Hermit mode, it's actually time to go out. Like that's how the one night stand triggered, because in isolating yourself, once you reach a certain point, you need community and collective energy to evolve. I don't know what, because we're trying to see how this person acts and everything when they're drinking. And all of this is actually the reading. So yeah, I mean, it's all coming out. Like I think for you, pile 3, the setting in which you and or this person is drinking is more relevant than the behaviors while drinking. It's kind of like the drinking led to the one night stand because one or both of you are unavailable, right? In Hermit otherwise, and then it triggers some other stuff. your need for community. Their need for community. I knew this pile was going to be some mess. I don't know why y'all bring this to me. So let me pull this other deck. Capricorn talks about hard work, but it also talks about limitations. So revealing limitations. But the point I was making was 8 of water, 6 of air is going outside more, right? Engaging with the collective more in the 10 of water, not just you and your crush, but like y'all and other people. All right. Let's see. Tell me more about pile 3's crush and how they, this is going to be interesting because this is maturing energy. So this is whatever is ending and approaching, right? This is what's maturing here. Scorpio. Yeah. Okay. So intimacy, intensity, exposing, purging, renewing. So whatever purge, cleanse, dark night of the soul, all of the stuff is happening. It's coming to an end. This reading took a turn, but I feel myself pulling myself back onto like whatever this was at the beginning, it was relevant to the connection. And because I feel myself going back now to what I was actually looking for. So like spirit deviated me, right? Like the gods on that card, like, hey, this is the message you need to say. And now, okay, back to your regularly scheduled programming. But this is 8th house energy, right? Of sensuality, right? It's Scorpio, transformation, a change, transforming. So when this person's drinking, they get very sensual. They get kinky. They get really horny and they think of you and they want to be with you intimately, especially if you have been intimate before, because they reflect on that. Okay. But I will say, like, honestly, some of you, when this person's drinking, they purge, like they drink to purge, like they drink to release, right? Like whether they're releasing inhibitions, releasing their sensual energy, releasing their emotions, right? Some of you, they may like drink because that's the only way they know how to express their emotions, right? Like they do it intentionally because it's difficult for them to express their emotions. But when I did say, because of how these fell, maturing energy, if it's been difficult in this connection, like if this is a connection you have, like a person you have a connection with, I'm actually starting to lose my voice a little bit. Goodness. Yeah. So if this is a connection you have with a person, Spirit says the tough cycle approaches, the end of the tough cycle approaches, sorry. It's all purging, it's clearing. You're reaching the light at the end of the tunnel with this connection. Okay, let's see what this is. More Capricorn, Saturn energy, house 10, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. So accomplishments twice. Capricorn, Saturn twice. So you may know this person through your career, through your social status. Let's see. Those could be very relevant themes. Some of you, because of all of this traveling energy, you traveled for work and met this person, right? While traveling, like you don't live near each other, hence all of the traveling energy. See that for you. But that owl is there, right? Like hermit energy, that wisdom. Okay. For sure. So let me see the bottom. Cardinal. Instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. This is some triggering energy. I'm telling you, it all starts with the one night stand. I don't know if the drinking leads to the one night stand and then so on and so forth, or if the one night stand leads to the drinking and the thoughts following. But that moment, whether it is incoming or, current, right? Or past, that seems to be very, very relevant. Okay. And because it's like it's an instigation, initiating energy, which is cardinal. And our cardinal signs are Aries, it is Cancer, it is Libra, and Capricorn. Okay. So some of you may be Capricorns here, or be dealing with the Capricorn, or someone very Capricorn like in nature, right? Think 10th house energy, very driven and career minded. Let me see what else I can see before I start pulling from those other decks. Yeah, when this person's drinking, they talk a lot about their career and social status. They may talk about sex a lot. If they have an inheritance or pending inheritance, they talk about that a lot. They talk about debts and not wanting those. Fear, trauma, like Scorpio, eighth house type topics they talk about. But lots of plans, things they're planning with cardinal energy, right? Instigation, bravery. They get really brave, right? Like they get very spunky when they're drinking, for sure. They may talk about things they have in development with a pioneering spirit. Organizations they're a part of or planning to join. Yeah, those are the types of things. So let me pull from these love-based oracle decks. I've got these two, and then I've got erotic sex answers that I'll pull from at the end to get more clarity on the sensual energy coming from this person. So tell me more about Pile 3, my mango Margarita. Tell me about their crush and how they react to Pile 3 when they're drinking. I want these two. I'm gonna pull a third one. Should I take that? I'll take it. Fine. I may get spunky myself and pull 4 since it seems to be a theme. But yeah, you've got long haul. Your love interest may be in it for the long haul and willing to go through it all with you. Enjoy the journey. It's traveling. Some of you, like, it's all about traveling. Okay, so like, I don't know, it's distance, whether it's distance between you two or you meet while traveling, like something about that. But the drinking is more of a means to an end. Like the drinking leads to something, which leads to something, which leads to something, right? And that's kind of how this person sees it, since we're leading with their perspective of, you know, how this person is with you when they're drinking. How do they act? How do they behave? They start thinking long term, reflecting, right? But yeah, it says your love interest may be in it for the long haul and willing to go through it all with you. Enjoy the journey. It's all about a journey, like all of this movement, all of this traveling. And then you've got caged love, which is kind of like a lockdown energy, just intuitively. It's like not being able to go anywhere, not going anywhere, either stuck in a situation, could be career, could be social, like being stuck in a situation or getting caught up right after a one night stand. Not necessarily like I wasn't thinking like a pregnancy or anything like that, but I meant like caught up as in caught up in feelings, all of those 10 of water feelings, all of those bubbles. But it says a love interest may be stifling your potential and cramping your lifestyle. There's no time for that. Exactly. Not wanting a connection, right? Liking being unavailable, being the hermit energy. And then the unexpected happens and being stuck. And then you've got divine timing. We can never manipulate time. You can only work with it. Start working hand in hand with your divine timing. So it talks about doing things on your time and wanting to do things in your certain time, and then the universe kind of throwing you a curveball, which being unavailable, wanting just to be frivolous, and then something more intimate happening. Okay, let's see to the bottom. Divorcee. You'll meet someone that is divorced and possibly has children. You'll have to decide if they are worth pursuing. So it could very well be relevant. But I see it very much so as that unavailable energy of not wanting that connection, right? Because divorce is the opposite of marriage. It's being single. It's being back on the market. It's being not connected to anybody in any way, specifically legally, right? Not being legally binded to a romantic partner. And that seems to be like one night, cut it off, and then move on. But that may not be what happens for those of you, especially incoming energy. Okay, so let's pull. Right, it feels like there's I haven't watched it yet, but there's a documentary I think of on Netflix where like there's this couple and it was like the longest third date or something like that. It looks interesting. I haven't seen it. Let me know if it's good, but don't like spoil it. But it just feels like it was this couple that was on a date and then the pandemic hit and they like got trapped together for like a whole month or something like that. Like I get this vibes or something, right? Like kind of being stuck with each other in a situation beyond what you want, or unexpectedly, or not planned. So let me see more. Tell me more about pile 3 and their person. How does pile 3's crush interact with them while they're drinking? What do they think, say, feel, all of the stuff? This pile's a lot. Yeah, playing games. So playing games is interesting because it does talk about that unavailability. It talks about being flirtatious and just fun and very casual, lighthearted energy. And that's what it, you know, when you're drinking, when your person's drinking, that's how they become very carefree, lighthearted, a little bit adventurous, and just fun. And, you know, I feel like that's the vibe that they're leading with you, is being very fun. This is how they are when they're drinking, by the way. Like, we're getting the answer. We're just getting a lot of baggage with it. But it's like your person's very fun, very carefree, like energetic, all of the things when they're drinking, and when they're interacting with you, very lighthearted, very fun, like let's just have fun, let's have pleasure, all of the stuff. And then it becomes this kind of emotional roller coaster, right? That's what I see for you. Okay, so let me pull, I think I want 4, so I'll take 3 more from this deck. What did I say? Chains. It's like stuck. You've got a cage and then you've got chains. So sensual energy, a little bit of bondage, right? Like games, like maybe some toys involved, but karmic ties. That doesn't mean this person is your quote unquote karmic. I don't like how people kind of took that term and just ran away. Karmic just means destined, right? To happen, destined to encounter, destined to learn, grow together, whether temporarily or long term. Now, this person thinks about being long term with you. You do have long haul. Whether it's going to be or is the original intention, right? Very quick, unavailable to themselves, hit quit, all of the things. Sometime after they're drinking, they evaluate all of that and start thinking about, you know, with long haul, cage, love, divine timing, what the time is going to be like to kind of settle down. But karmic ties talks about being stuck, whether stuck emotionally, physically, whatever. Okay. And some of you, when this person is drinking, they may play games, right? Be a little hot and cold, because with karmic ties, it's like, you know, there's that connotation of already being game playing or dealing with struggles. You do have a tough cycle, right? Being in a cycle, a loop with someone. Let me see. All right, this one is going to be interesting at the bottom right here because it's incoming energy. So let's see what else we've got. Chemistry and yes. So if you were asking a yes or no question, the answer is yes. But you do have chemistry, lots of it with this person. I feel like the intimacy, because this is my most intimate pile, because it's straight up like it happened, or it's happening, or it will happen. And the drinking either leading to it, or this leading to drinks, and then this cycle begins, right? So with the chemistry and the yes, and this is incoming secrets, right? I see secrets being revealed, like them talking a lot about their secrets, or talking a lot about it being private, keeping it private. And then you have in love. So this came out in a different pile, this in love card. And secrets also talks about like an awakening with that eye, right? I see this person being very intense. This person may have intense eyes, and they may be very intense in the way that they look at you and engage you. Like they may be hyper focused on you when they're interacting with you, especially under the influence, like very fixated. Like they might not even blink. I can see that for some of you. But yeah, I mean, playing games is also the mind, right? Rumination energy. And back and forth with the karmic ties of this chemistry. Is it just physical, or is it more? Like, what is it? Like, I can see that. This is a lot. Y'all got a lot going on. Pile 3, you and this person should not be drinking together. I'm not judging you, and I'm literally joking, but I'm just saying, you know, fun, casual, carefree, but kind of getting more than you bargained for while drinking. So let me get to the gritty of the sensual energy coming from person satisfaction. All about getting satisfied, you leaving you satisfied, being satisfied themselves, right? Again, pleasure. It's all about fun. It's supposed to be fun. That's what's happening here with satisfaction. Okay? And then I'll pull 4 from here. If I need more, I'll get more, but let's see. Submit to me. It came out in a different pile, and then hiding my intention. So I'm not gonna lie. This is someone that is kind of like conquest, conquering energy. Someone that when they're drinking, they want you even more. Now, that said, you have secrets. There's chemistry, and this person, I could see this morphing, those of you, especially my incoming energy, into kind of like a friends with benefits situation. But like this person's trying to make it seem carefree, but it's not. Okay, so we went from the one to a potential to more opportunities for sensual energy to engage one another intimately. But I do feel like this person's a lot more invested emotionally than they let on. Like they're like, oh, let's have fun, it's just carefree. But then like really, you know, they're hiding their true intentions. They're hoping there'll be more. And honestly, I already knew coming into this pile because of that reset at the beginning. It's a mirroring pile, and I feel like you both are kind of like playing the game, acting like it's just fun and satisfaction. But really, there's a little more, you're both seeking more intimacy than you're letting on. Like a deeper level of intimacy, should I say. So let me get, okay, I've got 2 more, and we'll take the bottom in a second. Mistress. So some of you, I mean, like, it could very well be, it could have been a third party, like it could have been historically a third party, like your person may be separated from someone else, but you've kind of been there all along, or vice versa. I can see that for some of you. Also, that's that sneaky energy, right? Kind of like hiding an affair, whether it's scandalous in nature or not. Mistress also feels like role play energy. And then you've got tease. Lots of flirtation, lighthearted, fun energy. That's the intent. And then at the bottom you have worth waiting. So this is a person that if it gets, because I'll leave with the future energy for those of you, I know the dominant energy here is the crush. So this is a person where if it, you know, if you engage your crush and it leads to like you're drinking, there's a one night stand, if there's distance between you two, right, like you live apart, different places, then I see it kind of being like let me wait until I see this person again. Like not like worth waiting feels like kind of committed energy without saying that it's committed. So like you're casual, you're not committed, but like only wanting to be intimate with you. Okay. And I could see them telling you that, right? Like while they're drinking, like, oh, you know, I only want you. I don't have the eyes for anyone else. I can't be with anyone else after being with you. I could see that for a lot of you here. I also, worth waiting feels like an energy of patience. So like, I feel like when something about in the environment where this person's drinking, there's something about patience and waiting, because I think I saw patience come out a little while ago. Like it didn't come out, but it showed itself. Or was it under, yeah, exactly, temperance is here. So it's like divine timing is on the table, and just waiting it out and all of the stuff. Let me because this is my chaotic pile, I do have other lovely stacks. Let me pull one from each, because I'm like, this is not what I wanted. I wanted to see how your person behaves when they're drinking, which we got, but we also got a lot of other things too. So tell me about pile 3 crush. How do they act towards pile 3 when they're drinking? I'll get one from this one and I'll get one from the other one. Just really quickly before we close it out. Tell me more about... That's not what I wanted. I didn't ask for all of this. I didn't ask for all of this. I'll take the bottom in a second. Let me just see. Really quickly. Yeah, it feels like a lot, right? Incoming, maturing energy of children. So if someone's very immature playing games, like kind of like a wake-up call to kind of mature and grow up a little bit, especially if you're eternally single, could be you or this person. Like I said, maturing energy, literally maturing energy. Wedding, right? Someone thinking about, I mentioned earlier, community, commitment. These are things that they think about when they are drinking, making the effort, right? It says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Let go of control issues, which was also in a maturing placement. It says allow the situation to unfold naturally, trying to control it, deciding like being on your own timeline instead of divine timing. Like, I want to be single until I do this and do that, and I'm in my era, like I'm outside era. Like, I get that for some of you, but like that's not, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. It's not necessary. I mean, it's up to you. You have free will as well as this person, but this person's kind of thinking through like, you know, maybe I should adjust my timeline a little bit. And you've got retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. You have nothing will come of the situation. So that could be a period of no contact, wanting to go away because there's a lot of travel here. So this person may be drinking and start thinking of like planning trips and going away together. And I did say I wanted to pull from this other deck, so hopefully only one comes out. But I knew this pile was going to be some mess. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, so incoming energy of vivid dreams. It says pay attention to your dreams. As the connection deepens, your dreams become more pronounced and full of answers. So this person, when they drink, they start like, and like go to sleep after drinking, they dream of you. Okay? And incoming energy is like, you know, like they start seeing you as a dream very clearly, you know, as something they want a future with, but also it's bedroom energy, right? Nighttime energy. So drinking specifically at night, because we have 2 bedrooms here, literally on a table, and neither of these decks are those types of decks. So literally bedroom, okay? That's what they think of when they're drinking, and that's kind of the environment they try to get you in when they're drinking. And then you have sweet songs. So music, it says soulmates often use music and songs as telepathic aid in order to share spiritual messages and emotions with each other. So this is someone that kind of might be a little bit manifesting you, especially if it was a one-night stand off somewhere that you don't live, because like they're dreaming, they're reminiscing, they remember, especially if this is past or present energy. Okay. Now, that said, my crush energy, this is kind of what I see coming. This is what I see those drinks you may have with this person leading to, you know, or kind of on a whim, you know, doing it sober, but then later when they're drinking, they're reflecting on all of the things that I just talked about in this reading. So that's kind of the context and where it's happening, because this is not necessarily a what they think about, what they how they react to you when they're drinking. This is kind of a whole scenario. So I think the setting is relevant. So let me know in the comments why this came out the way that it did, because those of you where this resonates, you will know exactly why. So let us know in the comments why you like just came in and took over the reading for when your person's drinking. Okay. So I hope it resonated for at least some of you. And if it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.